Prime Minister, the July 19, 2022 U.S. trafficking in persons report indicated that our country maintained its position on the Tier 2 watch list, in part because, and I quote, it did not take action against senior government officials alleged in 2020 to be involved in human trafficking. End of quote. Would the Prime Minister state whether he's aware of this information? Secondly, what action is being taken?
Well, it's only one question you're allowed as a supplementary.
One question will be, what action is being taken in respect of this allegation by the U.S. State Department?
Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, we did hear that allegation, and when we investigated it, we discovered it was referring to current members of Parliament, none of which is on the government side. So my colleague might be able to help me in finding out who they were talking about.
Prime Minister. Prime Minister, we just lost the end of your response.
Yes, I was saying, Madam Speaker, that we did hear that statement and we investigated and discovered that they were not talking about people on the government side. And therefore, I was saying that maybe the member could help us to identify who exactly these assertions were aimed at.
Minister, for the obfuscation, but why has no action been taken, whichever side it came from?
Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, action against persons who commit crime is a matter for the police. If the member is calling on the police to investigate his colleague, then he doesn't need me to get involved in that.
Member for Naparima.
Aware that under the Constitution, the government is responsible for overall control and policy of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, that might be so, but the government, and by the government I mean the cabinet and the executive, has no role in determining who is prosecuted. That is a matter for the police. And the member knows that. So if he wants to go after his colleague, let him do so without trying to get the government involved. If that allegation has substance by evidence, that's a police matter. And if the member is so excited to go after his colleague, let him go so alone. He cannot invite the government into that. The government does not determine who the police go after or who the police arrest for any crime, not the least of which human trafficking and the running of brothels.
Member for Couva North.